Hello everyone. Today is May 28th. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to update the Letecia Stauch case. But before I do, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to stay up to date. You'll recall that in my last update, the defense team had filed 2 orders with the court. One was requesting that the preliminary hearing be pushed back, and the other was requesting video access to Letecia for consultation purposes. They were saying that they did not have access to their client and so could not prepare for the case. And so here is the court response. D10, order continuing preliminary hearing. This matter comes before the court pursuant to Stauch's motion to continue preliminary hearing. This matter had been previously scheduled to proceed to a proof evident, presumption great, and preliminary hearing on June 5, 2020. Stauch filed a motion to continue, alleging a change in jail visitation policies that occurred on or about May 4, 2020, which she claims interfere with her ability to meet with her counsel. The court only became aware of the change in the jail policy after Stauch's motion was filed in this case. The court is aware that the El Paso County Sheriff's Office change in access policy at the jail created a number of problems for a number of defense counsel in a number of criminal cases. Defense counsel have also alleged that they have been unable to adequately prepare for the hearing due to travel restrictions that have been put in place resulting from the spread of COVID-19. Defense counsel alleges that they have not been provided with the autopsy report and other discovery in this case. The court grants Stauch's motion to continue preliminary hearing. While the proof evident, presumptive great, and preliminary hearing are vacated, the June 5, 2020, 9 a.m. appearance date will remain on the docket, and the matter will proceed to a status conference to determine the best method for proceeding forward in light of current conditions. The court is also aware that the jail has again recently changed its visitation policy. Defense counsel are ordered to contact the jail upon receipt of this order to determine what those changes are and whether they will still be proceeding with Stauch's D11 motion for video access to client, or if that motion is now moot. If the defense counsel do not believe the D11 motion is moot, defense counsel should be prepared to present evidence on the issue of access to their client, including the parameters of the policies established by the Sheriff's Office, through the necessary witnesses at the time of the June 5, 2020 status conference. Defense counsel claims they have not been provided with discovery to include the autopsy report, DNA results, and wiretap recordings. Counsel for both parties will be expected to address these issues at the time of the status conference. Finally, defense counsel also claim they have been unable to travel to conduct any investigation in Colorado, South Carolina, and Florida due to stay-at-home orders. Obviously, counsel can still conduct investigations either over the phone or by other electronic methods. Defense counsel should be prepared to address these claims at the time of the status conference. So ordered this 19th day of May, 2020, by the court, signed Gregory R. Werner, District Court Judge. And the other document filed is submitted by the defense. It's D12, defense supplement to D10 and D11. Letecia Stauch, through counsel, files this supplement to the previously filed D10 and D11 in order to update the court and the prosecution regarding the issues to be litigated on June 5, 2020. 1. Prior to May 4, 2020, the Colorado Springs Criminal Justice Center allowed 1 to 2 hours of visitation via remote video between Ms. Stauch and her counsel. 2. On May 4, 2020, the Colorado Springs Criminal Justice Center abruptly changed their policy and prohibited all remote video visitation for Ms. Stauch and all inmates with her security designation. 3. On May 12th, it says 200, but I mean 2020. The defense filed D10 and D11 to request a continuance of the preliminary hearing and request that the court order the jail to allow visitation via video during the COVID-19 pandemic. 4. On May 18th, 2020, the Colorado Springs Criminal Justice Center modified the prohibition regarding professional video visitation. The new policy, attached as Exhibit A to this supplement, allows for counsel to schedule remote video visitation with Ms. Stauch after 8 p.m. 5. On May 18th, 2020, immediately after receiving the updated visitation policy, the defense team scheduled a meeting with Ms. Stauch via video at 8 p.m. and proceeded with a 90-minute professional video visit. 6. As the May 18th, 2020 professional visitation policy now allows counsel to visit Ms. Stauch via remote video visitation during the COVID-19 pandemic, the defense acknowledges that D11 is currently moot. The defense will work with the Colorado Springs Criminal Justice Center to schedule regular video visits with Ms. Stauch, and the defense hereby withdraws motion D11. In the event that any complications arise that require future court intervention, an appropriate updated pleading will be filed. Ms. Stauch files this motion and makes all other motions and objections in this case, whether or not specifically noted at the time of making the motion or objection, on the following grounds and authorities: the due process clause, the right to a fair trial by an impartial jury, right to counsel, equal protection, confrontation and compulsory process, the rights to remain silent and to appeal, and the right to be free from cruel and unusual punishment pursuant to the federal and Colorado constitutions generally, and specifically the 1st, 4th, 5th, 6th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 14th Amendments to the United States Constitution, and Article 2, Sections 3, 6, 7, 10, 11, 16, 18, 20, 23, 25, and 28 of the Colorado Constitution. Respectfully submitted, Catherine Strobel, Deputy State Public Defender, and Paulette Lebeau, Deputy State Public Defender. And they're dated May 21st, 2020. Well, that was the updating of the court filings. So it appears that they're going to have a meeting on June 5th. It's not going to be the preliminary hearing. They're going to be discussing what's going on in the case, and hopefully they'll be setting some sort of dates at that time. Don't know, though. It does appear that the judge is certain that there are other ways other than traveling for the defense team to continue their investigation for the defense. So hopefully they do some investigating on their own. I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that they're stating that they have not received autopsy reports or other pieces of evidence that is supposed to be shared with them. I do hope that the prosecution does have a good reason for withholding those, whether it's that it's not. And I realize that those documents might have brought up a couple of questions. One was, it mentioned Letecia's security classification, and as far as I know, that's referring to the fact that she is in a ward where clients that have mental health issues are housed in the jail facility. And I did check the dockets and see that it does still appear the same way it did before about the June 5th and June 8th appearances for the preliminary hearing. But as we read in the documents, that's not what's happening on June 5th, and most likely not June 8th either. What is happening there is a status conference where the judge and the attorneys get together and determine how the case is progressing, what's going on in the case, whether there are any issues. The prosecution's going to have to answer to the allegations of not sharing the evidence, and they better have good reasons for not sharing the evidence if they have indeed not shared evidence by this point. And the judge is going to want to know why the defense hasn't been able to conduct investigations by other means other than traveling, because obviously people across the board have been finding alternate methods to be conducting business in the days of the pandemic, and we can't really be waiting out a pandemic in order to proceed in court proceedings across the nation. That would be kind of ridiculous. So that has been the update regarding the Letecia Stauch case. Thank you for watching Another Day in the Car, and like I said before, please subscribe and like the videos and share them where you can.